This is the Tulip Poplar, but it's actually not a poplar. One of my friends, Mark Warren with Medicine Bow, also the author of a book, Two Winters in a Teepee, will tell you that this is actually in the magnolia family. But you can see the leaf, how it gets its name, tulip, and it's got some pretty nifty flowers on it this time of year. What I've got here are a couple of things that I've done with the inner bark of this tree. First is tinder. You can find this stuff shredded and or just fallen and shred it yourself. It makes a great tinder for starting fires. The second is a container. This is off of a freshly fallen tree. When the bark starts to slip, you just basically take your knife and score in the end of this a football shape with a V-notch on each end and fold it into itself, and I've stitched it here with hickory bark. If you were in a situation where you could not boil or sterilize your water, you could seal this maybe with pine pitch and then heat stones in a fire and add to that. It's called stone boiling. So look into that. It's really awesome stuff. But the other really useful application, and this is all basically the same material, the inner bark, of course this is inner and outer combined, is for cordage. Here's a piece. That's what the bark looks like. And I stopped here so you can see that's the rope that it makes. Very strong, very strong. Anywhere you look in these woods, you usually will find a standing dead poplar. They shed limbs frequently, and sometimes they're hung up, and even in a wet time you can come up and get this and shred it for your tinder. But for cordage, it's a really simple technique. You take a piece that you like. I'd like to wet it. I'm not near a creek, so I'll wet my fingers. What we're going to do is twist away with our right hand, two with our left hand, and you can make it as skinny or as big as you want. If you need strong rope, just use bigger pieces. You force it together and a loop will form. You lock that in your teeth. You go away with your right hand, two with your left hand, cross left over right. And I'm going to do that for a few revolutions so you can see what starts to form. And it doesn't take long until you can see I've got some very small cordage right there that is roughly the size that you might use for a snare or to hold a shelter together, just a useful utilitarian type of cordage. But you could use wider pieces and make the cord as wide or as narrow as you like. So we have tinder, cord, and container all out of one material, the tulip poplar, but really it's a magnolia.